Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events, and it is going to get rough and tumble. It is going to get extremely active, our weather pattern, as if we don't already have the activity now to deal with. But we have a cold shot, and I mean a very cold shot, but nothing that we haven't dealt with before in Arkansas weather. But it's going to be a rude awakening compared to what we've had lately, all right? So we get that rude, cold shot of air. I like it, though. This weekend. Now, as the cold air is leaving, the cold, dry air at the surface is leaving, moisture tries to come in on the back side of this with the storm system. And where the cold and the dry air overlaps with the moisture, there's a problem with wintry precipitation. Here it is Wednesday. The models are going to change between now and then, but right now it's indicating more ice than anything and a brief period of that. And then we go into according to the data that I've looked at on the GFS and the European model, the potential for heavy rain, strong, and maybe even severe thunderstorms as we head towards the middle part of the week. Rough and tumble. And then there's another system behind that one. The timing of these are still suspect, especially the second one. So that could still change. Before I get into the model data right now, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here to the Arkansas Weather Blog, because I've had a chance to look at the numbers of how many people are coming to our weather blog here over the past several days, and despite the fact that we haven't had winter weather, I mean, you guys keep coming back here getting your weather information, and I can't thank you enough, in the thousands each and every day. All right, now I used the European model yesterday. Today I use the GFS, Global Forecasting System. This is the American model. This is the model that I tend to favor the European model over the GFS, but the GFS in the short range doesn't do a bad job, but I thought, what the heck, let's use it today. All right, let's get into this. We're going to start off, and I'm going to try my best to make this as simple as possible as to my thinking with the weekend, early week system. All right, this here is midnight on Sunday, all right? Monday, Sunday night, Monday morning. This is midnight. High pressure is moving away, and you're getting an easterly wind. You see these wind bars here, these lines, these small little lines? This is showing from which the wind is coming from. So you're getting an east-southeast wind flow. This is the 30-degree isotherm, the 30-degree line, which runs from Mena roughly up to Little Rock and in northeastern Arkansas up towards Memphis. That's 30 degrees, okay? Everything south of that, you're above freezing. This is as the moisture is coming in out of Oklahoma and moving into western Arkansas. Now, this is at 6 a.m. Monday morning. Notice that 30-degree line has crept up towards the north just a little bit. Now, we can't take this literally, and I'll show you why in just a second. You can't say that's exactly where 30 degrees is going to be, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. You see this line, this black solid line enclosed? That's high pressure. Remember, at the surface, this is high pressure, and in the northern hemisphere, it rotates clockwise, so you're getting a flow of air coming out of that high pressure in a clockwise direction. So you're picking up on a return flow, and here is the surface area of low pressure with the storm system approaching. So this is an area of warming. What we need for winter weather is for this high to lock in further towards the west, this system to cut underneath and keep the cold air in place. But that is just not happening. This is not an ideal situation for any type of prolonged wintry weather or significant wintry weather. But let me show you a little bit more here. This is by noon on Monday. Notice how there's still cold air. It's now slowly going above freezing according to this model. Now, we can't take it literally, but there is warming. But notice how there's a pocket of cold air across much of the natural state, okay? This is while it's precipitating. Very important. See this pocket of cooler air? You would expect with the winds coming around that backside of that high pressure area, all those warm colors there, the warmer temperatures would come up north. However, notice how there's an island of cool here, okay? And where you would think with the clockwise circulation and on the backside of that high, you would get warming. But the warming will be extremely slow, and this is why. These are dew point temperatures. There will be, according to the data, an enormous amount of dry air at the surface. This is midnight, okay, showing dew points, midnight Monday morning, showing dew points 20 degrees or lower. What happens is, with dry air in place, uh, the precipitation falls into that dry layer of air, and you get a process which is called evaporative cooling. Now, on the onset, some of this may not reach the ground. It evaporates before it hits the ground, but it also cools the air. So if you have a temperature of 35 degrees and a dew point temperature of 20 degrees, they try to come together as the air saturates. And you may end up with a reading in the upper 20s, okay? And then the models do a bad job, will do a bad job of forecasting that and understanding the slowness of the warm-up, even though there's a retreating area of high pressure. So what I'm trying to say is, with this enormous amount of dry air in place, watch this, that's midnight. Now this is 6 a.m., there's still very, very low dew points. This is a textbook case for wintry weather, at least on the onset, and then temperatures struggling ever so slowly to get up above freezing. But you're talking about the chance, at least, for freezing rain and or sleet. The parameters to get it, because if you go upstairs in the upper levels of the atmosphere, it's going to be a little bit above freezing. So you're not going to get the entire column of air from the ground up to the cloud below freezing. But what you are going to get is this kind of forming a pocket of cold air here at the surface that is going to be hard to break. With cloud cover and precipitation, you're going to get this evaporative cooling effect. Now this is going into noon, and notice that we are getting the dew points up to around 30 degrees. So you're looking at a situation where if you've got precipitation coming down, you could be by noon 33, 34 degrees with the dew point of 30. And so you changed over to plain rain, but it's a cold rain. So in the morning hours there, if you get the precipitation to come in, you could be dealing with a little bit of ice because of that evaporative cooling effect as well. All right, now let's fast forward. I'm already at past 7 minutes into this video. I want to make it shorter. Let's fast forward into the middle of the week. This is Wednesday morning, right after Valentine's Day. I'm looking at the timestamp down here, and I'm thinking I got to get my wife something here, right? There's low pressure forming out here, and this is tracking towards the north. Notice how there's plenty of, this is showing dew point temperatures. 55 degrees or higher is what you're looking at for significant severe weather, and that is coming up in response to an area of low pressure. This is at 500 millibars. This is the upper level low, a bundle of energy that's going to come through, and it's going to produce heavy rain and thunderstorms according to this. This is instability values, which the model will underestimate this far out, but you can see where it is showing the instability by next Wednesday morning, and this will shift towards the east and bring us a chance for thunderstorms, heavy rain, and we'll have to watch for the possibility for strong to severe thunderstorms. So a very active weather pattern. What you hope for, because you don't want the severe weather, obviously, what you're hoping for at least is for that system to maybe move a little bit faster so that it comes in during the overnight hours, Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, or it slows down and comes in Wednesday night and into Thursday morning. What I'm trying to say is you don't want that to come in during the peak heating of the day. That allows the instability values to get even higher, and we want to limit that with that system coming in. Nevertheless, a very active weather pattern. Thank you very much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. I will, of course, keep you updated on everything you need to know, up-to-the-minute stuff with the model data on Facebook, Todd Yacobian, and on Twitter, KATV_weather. Again, we're recording this. This is late Wednesday afternoon. And I will continue to keep you updated here on the Weather Blog and on social media, and look for more updates as we go throughout the rest of the weekend into the weekend right here on the Arkansas Weather Blog. See y'all.